welcome back to the channel, guys, where we are going to be talking about Jurassic World Dominion today. I saw this opening night. It was overwhelmingly bad, in my opinion. I went with a friend, and she enjoyed it, but I, who just rewatched all of them and ranked all of them and really took the time into watching every single one right before going, was very unhappy with the result. And do I have like a sparkle on my hand? Did I? Yeah, I do. Anyways, now that there's no sparkles on my hands for some reason, this movie, I remember going, and the theater was dead. All right, which isn't good for opening night, you know. And my friend was even like, wow, I thought there were going to be a lot of people. I was like, that's why I bought the tickets early. I expected there to be people. But this movie has been getting so much hate online from Rotten Tomatoes, from people rating it on IMDb, from movie reviews already online places. Like Letterboxd, there were movie reviews that the people are just shitting on this movie. And it is rightfully deserved, actually, in my opinion. Now, are there some great parts of this film? Absolutely. I really do enjoy some aspects of this movie. I will say, I still hate the whole Macy storyline. Hate it. I enjoyed that they had the scientist, Henry Wu, in this film. I'm not particularly happy about the whole storyline with the character Henry Wu, but Dr. Sattler, Dr. Grant, Dr. Malcolm, they all return. We all knew that was a thing that was happening, and honestly, the best one, and this is gonna shock people if you've watched my Jurassic Park worst to best video last week. This is gonna shock you. Malcolm was the best one. Ian Malcolm was the best one, and it's because he was back in that side character position. He wasn't a main focus in this film, and I think that's what made him good. I said I didn't like him in The Lost World. I loved him in the first Jurassic Park. Lost World, where he was center man, was not that great. He was in Fallen Kingdom for a little bit, and he was enjoyable. He's in this one. He's a side character again, just like the first one. He's enjoyable. He had some great scenes in there. There was some okay fighting with dinosaurs, some new dinos, that, it's just, they aren't particularly anything I care about. All of it was digital. There was no, cool, up close, like, oh, look at the dino kind of thing, like, the original trilogy. Granted, we didn't get that with Fallen Kingdom or Jurassic World either, so I'm not really shocked by it. I'm just a little upset we didn't get anything really cool, considering the originals are all back. But I think at this point, I'm gonna go ahead and say spoiler warning. I'll give my big old pop up. All right, so now that you've been warned wholeheartedly, this really the biggest issue with this movie is there's too many goddamn stories going on here. There's too much happening, okay? This movie pisses me off with it so much. We have, all right, let's get this, let's pull this up, actually. Let's pull this up on the internet. Let me go ahead and do this. We have, let me make sure my screen is recording. It is good. So we've got Jurassic World Dominion, all right? By the way, Rotten Tomatoes has it at 31%. IMDb has it as a 6 out of 10. Do you know how bad you have to be for Rotten Tomatoes to give you 31%? Honestly, not that bad, but it's well deserved in this case, all right? IMDb at 6 out of 10. That sounds about right for right now. Anyhow, let's go ahead and look at the cast for this movie, all right? So the cast of this movie is huge, all right? Absolutely huge. We've got Sam Neill playing Alan Grant, Ellie Sattler back, that's Laura Dern, Jeff Goldblum plays Dr. Ian Malcolm, all right? So that's our original trio that we have. So we've got the Jurassic Park trio, all right? Then we've got Bryce Dallas Howard, who's Claire, all right? Chris Pratt, who's Owen Grady, all right? That's our Jurassic World duo. They're our dynamic duo that we met in this start of this trilogy. We also have Macy Lockwood, who we met in the last film, as well as characters like Zia Rodriguez, Barry, who is the helper of Owen Grady at Jurassic World, and who else is there? Franklin Webb. So they all, they were all in the movies before this one as well, but they're all side characters, all right? Well, they all get shoved up into the Jurassic World / Fallen Kingdom pit. But then we have new characters like DeWanda Wise's Kayla Watts, who I genuinely enjoyed. I thought she was a genuinely enjoyable character. She did really well in her role, and I was actually shocked that they were able to make one character look good in this film. But yeah, no, most of this film was pretty much meh, though. Like, I mean, we had the one bad chick. She worked for the bad guy, Lewis Dodgson. I don't even know how to spell her name, or well, I know how to spell it. I don't know how to pronounce it. But she was a good character, interesting character. We've got, again, I don't want to butcher his name. This character, he played Ramsey Cole. He was a worker under Lewis Dodgson. He was a good character. And let's talk about Lewis Dodgson. I don't think the average viewer knows who the frick Lewis Dodgson is. All right? If you've ever watched Jurassic Park, and we're talking the original Jurassic Park, Lewis Dodgson is in a scene in that movie. And he's talking to Dennis Nedry, the guy that was originally the reason Jurassic Park went downhill. He was the hacker. The big heavy-set dude. All right? He's going to be on your screen. Well, they talked. And that's who this is. That's who this is. That's who Dodgson is. And he was bigger in the original books, like the Jurassic Park books and whatnot, but he was never a main character in the movies. And so this character, I feel like, went under so many people's radar. It didn't go under mine, but so many people that are just, oh, let's go see dinosaurs, have no idea who Dodgson is. No idea. So I feel like that right there, there's too many characters, too many of them are side characters that not many people give a shit about, and too many of them we just don't give a shit about to begin with. Like, I'm sorry, I don't really care what happened to Zia or Barry or Ramsey or Franklin or the this crazy bitch or Dodgson, for all that matters. I don't care what happens to them. All right? Who I care about is the original trio, okay? Claire, Owen, and honestly, I enjoyed Kayla and Maisie enough to care about them, all right? And I mainly cared about Maisie because these three cared about her. So that's basically it, all right? But then we get these storylines, all right? They are forcing a love between Alan and Ellie, and I cannot get behind it because they were, in the original Jurassic Park movie, they were friends. That's all they ever were friends. And yeah, was it like subtle that Alan may or may not have had a crush on her? Sure, but they were friends, and people liked that they were just friends. And then there was Jurassic Park 3, and they were just friends. And I enjoyed it. It was nice. It didn't seem forced. They were friends. They worked as friends. And this movie forces them into a relationship. They're like, yeah, we're going to go ahead and push these two characters into a love interest. And it's just, I hated it. Now, most people probably enjoyed it. Who knows? I personally cannot get behind it. Another storyline is there are these poachers who work for the company Biosin who took Maisie Lockwood as well as Blue, the velociraptor that Owen was protecting. Yeah, well, they took Blue's child as well as Macy, all right? And they were taking them because Henry Wu, where's our actor at for, is he not in here? Where is he? What? Where is BD Wong? Why is BD Wong not in this? Hold up. Why is BD Wong just not in here? That's mind-boggling. But anyways, they take them because BD Wong's character, Henry Wu, created these locusts for Louis Dodgson. And it was this whole thing where they weren't uh, they weren't dying, they weren't doing what they were supposed to be doing. They were just killing all the food everywhere, and it was going to kill everyone and everything on the earth within a generation of these things. And so they needed Maisie and this baby velociraptor because they apparently had the DNA blah 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 to fix the world. And it's just like, okay, so that's one way to get Maisie into the Biosyn area. And then, of course, Claire and Owen go because they're chasing after her. And they meet Kayla, who had seen Maisie because Kayla dropped off the baby velociraptor and saw Maisie there. And it's just like, holy crap, there's just so much in one little time span. And meanwhile, we have Ian Malcolm, who's working for Biosyn, but he's not a bad guy. We think he is at first because we hear he's working for the bad guys, but no. We have Ellie, who finds these locusts, and she finds Alan Grant. She's like, hey, remember how 30 years ago, you liked me, kind of? And I was like, no, I'm going to go get married and have kids with this other dude. Hey, how about we finally get together and do something, you know, and maybe kiss at the end of this movie or something. But, like, no, the movie, the movie is so bad, dude. Ugh. They go to Biosyn, they meet up with Ian Malcolm, and he's just like, hey, guys, his stupid vocal cords. He goes and he's telling them, like, you know, this is what's going on. I'm not working with them. I called you here so that we could work together. And that storyline was very dumb, and it was just to get everyone in one area. Honestly, guys, this movie is something you could skip. Obviously, most people aren't going to skip it because it's Jurassic Park / World. It's supposed to be the end of the franchise forever. Probably not gonna be, but it's supposed to be. It's just something that I personally feel is skippable. It's something I don't think people should give a shit about, like, at all, in my opinion. I was very genuinely upset with the film. The ending was interesting. You know, they fixed things, but dinosaurs still live amongst humans. So, you know, it is what it is. Honestly, when I saw the end of Fallen Kingdom years ago, I was excited for a movie that was going to have real world issues where dinosaurs are doing things in the real world, and, like, who knows, they're running through the Empire State Building and there's a T-Rex chasing them or some shit, or there's raptors chasing them, and, you know, the world is falling and dinosaurs are taking over. And so, you know what I mean? Like, something cool like that. Or, like, people are getting chased through, like, LAX by Dilophosauruses or some shit. You know, something in the real world. But no, it took everyone we've ever met in this franchise that isn't dead and put them in Biosyn's little valley full of dinos. And it kind of just took... It was off-putting. Because the end of Fallen Kingdom showed dinos in the real world. And we got a little bit of it, but it just wasn't... it wasn't good enough. It really wasn't. It was overhyped. This was one of those movies that I was really excited for. And for this movie to be one of the worst in the franchise really, really sucks. It really does. Because in 2015, when Jurassic World came out, I was really happy. I was really excited for that movie. It was a great movie. It's one of my favorite in the franchise. Fallen Kingdom was a big fall. Okay? I mean, they're right. Fallen Kingdom is correct. Because they what was once a proud kingdom of films was not anymore. And then Dominion, I mean, wow. Not good. So, I don't know. What are your guys' thoughts? You go ahead and leave them in the comments down below. If you disagree with me, let me know why. If you think I'm dumb, tell me I'm dumb. If you want to see more stuff like this, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. I'll be making videos like this all the time. I do stuff about movies, and I do stuff about video games. So, well, stuff about video games. I play video games. So, go ahead, subscribe to the channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.